Hello everyone. We're going to be doing some commentary on BWC World Championship on the open section. Whoa, what? I thought I muted myself. Okay, there we go. I am incredibly sick right now. This is going to be miserable, but I'll try my best. So we have Horkko and abykhovsky versus JackieSparrow and Coach. If anyone wants to join me for co-commentary, let me know. Abykhovsky on the run, but I think he's reasonably safe. Queen here is the threat. Okay. Looking a little bit more scary, but still a lot of these squares are covered. Queen mates, rook is slightly annoying. If this queen weren't here, there'd be a knight fork. But the queen can't. I mean, he can force a queen trade, but that loses a piece. But Coach slightly up on time. Okay, bishop gonna land on g5. The material would be great for Coach, but looks like his partner is not trading for him. And now abykhovsky up 2 or 3 seconds. Abykhovsky slides the rook over to help out. This queen is somewhat trapped. Knight guards some key squares. And now they're up a significant number of pieces. I think you could just take this, maybe slide your king back. Oh, wow, okay. That's the queen. Abykhovsky pretty safe. Horkko has a lot of extra material. Gonna be mate for sure. Queen and back. Oh, but abykhovsky mates first. Our score's now 1-0. Favoring Horkko and abykhovsky. This is the open section, so it is first to, what is it, 15? Something like that. JackieSparrow attacking the castle king. Horkko quickly defends. Might take f7. Yeah, Horkko attacking his queen for safety. Abykhovsky is being attacked as well. Kind of like knight takes pawn to threaten another knight in. Yep, and he does it. Threatening both of these. Horkko needs to get more pieces on the board. This knight is cut off. It's a little awkward. It could slide back. Okay, this is a good move too. Need to get more pieces on the board. Ooh, that queen looking scary for Horkko. Horkko's going to try to mount a counterattack. Oh, but abykhovsky has mate pretty... Whoa. Huge blunder by Horkko. So our score is 1-1. I think abykhovsky had a pretty good game, so Horkko just needed to survive there. Horkko putting some pressure on. Horkko's king is fairly safe. Maybe knight takes, queen takes knight. Could be a tactic, that this king would be a little vulnerable. He's just going to trade some things, maybe get another knight in. Knight defends as well. That's a good strategy. He wants some diagonals. Abykhovsky is defending, but it should be safe. Oh, now there's two things attacking this pawn. I would take the rook first, probably then the knight, and then knight takes pawn. This is a great bishop move, and it's there because it attacks these key squares. Or, sorry, it defends these key squares. Maybe knight takes. So he's shedding the knight, but he has... Oh, I guess he wins the queen. He wants more. Rook mates. Knight check, rook in. I guess rook just mates here also. There's the rook. I would probably... Oh, okay. That works. On the king out. I think he should have pushed the pawn instead of dropping this stuff. Now a pawn mates. What's the time like? Time is very close. Abykhovsky seems fairly safe. He's also attacking. Threatening queen in or bishop in. And look how safe his king is. There's no counterattack for JackieSparrow. So this is mate in one with queen in. Another win for the Horkko team. Score is now 2-1. Horkko shed some material, but he does have some initiative. Is probably going to just get safe. JackieSparrow has some good initiative and his king is safe now. Probably going to pick up more material. I would get rid of the scary bishop first. Oh, that's okay. I guess that defends some key squares. Red knight in over here. Oh, someone has matched me to rapid. So let's go ahead and block that person. Let's go ahead and decline the match. And I hope you die in a fire. As always, I want to point out that chess.com is behind the rest of the internet in allowing people to have a custom formula. Letting people have the matches they want and not the matches they don't want. And the amount of time they're behind the rest of the internet is 30 years. 30 years ago. Free Internet Chess Server, ICC, allowed a formula. So chess.com behind the rest of the internet by 30 years. Okay, knight in, probably good to attack. Now a knight would be good, another knight. Just going to repeat once. Bishop check. Knight mates, because he already has the pawn. They're up 3 seconds. I think Horkko should stall here. Okay, threatening to take and promote to knight. Oh, he's promoting the queen. Okay. Works, I guess. Does not seem precise. Horkko has missed some mates, but he just needs to not flag at this point. And abykhovsky gets mate on his board. Our score is now 3-1, favoring Horkko and abykhovsky. This is a great move because attack the queen, also threatened to attack. Horkko gonna go for safety. Red of queen in. He's gonna just defend the bishop for now. Now threatening to take the rook for free. He isn't doing queen in because the king can escape, I guess. He wants something more forced in. Although, actually, I think rook takes pawn. It's a nice move. Take is a square. That's a queen. We take those. Oh wow, he's going for initiative. I don't really like that idea. I think he had better. Now he takes the queen, but he hung some pieces in the interim. He does have initiative though. Horkko has a fairly safe king, so abykhovsky can feel free to sack. I was going to say knight in, but this is good. Now queen in. Going to be mate very soon, and that's mate. Our score is now 4-1, favoring Horkko and abykhovsky. abykhovsky is defending on the run a bit. Horkko has a very safe king. So maybe abykhovsky will go for defense. No, he's going to attack. So bishop could take this pawn away. Be a good defensive move for coach. The coach doesn't have a bishop. Trying to undermine this knight. And this other knight in. Looks pretty dang good for abykhovsky. His partner's doing good as well. Could just take the knight or take the pawn. They're up so much initiative. Queen in his mate for Horkko. Our score is now 5-1, favoring Horkko and abykhovsky. First to 15. Horkko is the one attacking it on initiative. Why didn't he take this knight? Seemed like a free knight to me. He took a pawn instead. Maybe a pawn is really good for his partner, but it doesn't seem like it. Takes with king, so the queen can't come in, I guess. Oh, now a rook mates for coach. Knight check, pawn takes, rook in. abykhovsky really should get a little bit safer. Maybe just bishop in here. But since they're uptime, he might continue to press. And he plays the bishop move. That's a free knight. Queen can take. Up about 5 seconds. I'm going to let abykhovsky Places pieces on the board. Starve coach a bit. Surprised we didn't take that free pawn. Maybe worried about rook putting pressure. I guess that makes sense. Trying to undermine the knight so we can liquidate this pawn. Oh, now knight mates. Knight no longer mates, still quite good. And now abykhovsky is a lot safer. Don't like this rook retreat. I think he should have continued to put pressure. Abykhovsky got some pawns on the 7th, which became ladies. Putting pressure on the back rank. Oh, that's a girlfriend. A trade into fake queen for a real piece. We're up a massive amount of material. Probably wants to promote some more pawns. With another knight. Oh, okay. Pawns are great. And you could just promote both these pawns. If there's no rook here, I would just promote the other pawn. Or, oh, he has a knight. I'm sorry. Knight check. Our score is 6-1. Favoring Horkko and abykhovsky. Coach played a very defensive opening. Didn't attack much. Horkko would like a bishop to win the queen. Isn't going to wait for it. Queen trade offered. He ignores it, wants to do the queen trade on his terms to develop the rook. Okay. JackieSparrow trying to get some initiative. Attacks the queen to do it. Horkko does not take back, so he can stay safe. Horkko picks up a pawn. Vacates some squares for knight checks. Maybe bishop in. This bishop is a little bit annoying. If I were Horkko, I'd want to try to get rid of it. Alright, so a rook can go where the king is. The bishop supports the knight. A few diagonals mate. Bishop up was good. Anyway, that's a win on the abykhovsky board. Our score is 7-1. Favoring Horkko and abykhovsky. Abykhovsky's king is looking a little bit bare, but he has everything under control. Now the king has some escape squares. He does give up his queen though. I think you take with rook here. Okay. Wow, he doesn't take back. That's weird. Take that. Maybe bishop in, although he wants a queen on g3. He's defending the light squares instead. The dark squares do have a lot of coverage. I think you can take this twice. Coach is still attacking abykhovsky. I think he's shedding material while doing it. Abykhovsky has a lot of things aimed at the king. There's pawn check. Oh, pawn there. Okay. New knight in. I assume it's next. Okay, he doesn't feel the need to immediately check. Just putting more pressure on, getting more pieces on the board. Horkko's position getting a little bit scary. I think he could just let his partner win now. They're up 10 seconds. Queen trade offered. I don't think that's great for Horkko, but I guess Abykhovsky feels he has mate, which he does. Knight in. Our score is now 8-1, favoring Horkko and abykhovsky. Queen mates for Horkko. What else does he have? Maybe he wants to undermine h3. Okay, he's just gonna place another knight in. Oh, that's a fancy move. Can pin the knight. There's no knight takes. Knight here would be fun. Knight check. If pawn takes, then you have discovered check. I like knight check. Horkko instead opts to go for the rook. It's time for Horkko to start attacking. Probably just knight check, rook in. Oh, he wants to save his bishop. Fair enough. Rook in. Oh, I think knight takes earlier was good, but this works too. A mate and one for Horkko. They've resigned it. Our score is now 9-1, favoring Horkko and abykhovsky. I think we trade the queens and take the rook. That does leave him a little bit vulnerable. This is a creative move. I like it. The idea is you can't take back with either pawn, or shenanigans happen. Knight would be good for Horkko. What's the time like? He's down time. Can't wait for knight. I think we take that. Rook mates. The pawn check is good too. Knight check would be good. A lot of options. He's going to defend against this knight shenanigans. I think we just take that. JackieSparrow is now up a significant amount of time though. And he is on initiative. This queen would mate immediately. Knight looks quite good. I don't think this was precise. Well, I don't think that moving over was right either. I think he should have gone to h1. Bishop check. Quite good. Oh, this is very good as well. Bishop check here was mate. For some reason, JackieSparrow did not play checkmate in one, but he's mated the next move. Hey, Rico. Thanks for watching. So JackieSparrow and Coach get back on the board. Our score is now 9-2, favoring Horkko and abykhovsky. So Queen, King, Fork, a royal fork. But JackieSparrow would prefer the initiative. He could take the bishop instead to threaten mates. I would just take the queen. I think JackieSparrow's being a little bit too greedy. Oh, I guess it's going to work out for him because this is mate if we go this way. This is mate if we go this way. So mate for JackieSparrow. Horkko up about a second. So Coach needs to live for 1 second, which should not be a problem. Another win for JackieSparrow and Coach. So our score is now 9-3, favoring Horkko and abykhovsky. Horkko probably wants the diagonal for defense. To defend with a knight for now. That's creative. Queen can't take because of the fork. Pawn just comes in. Abykhovsky is attacking. Oh, exploits the pin. King takes. Coach has an attack here though. If things land on here, hard to take back because you lose your queen. He's gonna shed the queen for some safety. So what do we do here? Do we take the knight? Okay, he goes for attack. Oh wow, this king looks struggling. Maybe knight in. Takes a free piece while attacking. A lot of things on this diagonal. I like it. Probably knight in. Look where the king was. Looks like mate. Here, abykhovsky is up 11 seconds, so Horkko has a chance to try to win the game. This king is feeling a bit vulnerable. I think Horkko can get this done. Ooh, that's a move. Time equalizes, and so they resign it. Our score is now 9-4, favoring Horkko and abykhovsky. Queen trade offered on the abykhovsky board, which I think would favor JackieSparrow. JackieSparrow the one attacking. So abykhovsky avoids the queen trade. Knight plus queen would mate here. The knight check, pawn takes, queen in, king over, pawn check. He's going to continue to go because the queen is not forthcoming. That is very good for JackieSparrow. So he shed a queen temporarily, but got the queen back. He now has a great position. Knight takes pawn, possibility. And here it comes. So diagonals are good for JackieSparrow. I'm not sure if he sees it, but knight check, pawn takes, and a few pawns. Queen controls this diagonal. Not up that much time though. Okay. Instead, he tries to get the queen in this way. Probably just take that. This might be a queen sack. Horkko looking a bit safer than before. Oh, knight check. quite good. This king has to run up. A few diagonals probably get the job done. I'm not sure I like that bishop check or bishop sack. I don't see what the follow-up is. I guess maybe he wants the queen trade. Time is pretty even now. This king is going to be hard to defend, actually. Oh, knight checks. Gotta be good. Like a million knight checks. Someone flagged. Oh, Abykhovsky flagged. Our score's now 9-5. This is quite the comeback from Coach and Jackie Sparrow. Like at one point it was like 9-1. So Jackie Sparrow and Coach are on a bit of a streak. They've figured out the best strategy against Horkko and abykhovsky. One's in the 7th could be good, but he was down time, so he just goes. Playing some defense to block the file. Horkko getting some more pieces on the board. If a knight comes, knight takes pawn, knight in, could be interesting. Okay, just gonna take the rook, try to vacate the square. One on the 7th, one on h7 would be good. Oh, he's gonna sack his knight. Does his partner need a pawn or something? This is looking a little scary as he can't take it. His knight does guard though. So, bishop check, I assume. Maybe he's gonna wait, let his partner use some of his extra pieces. They are up about 4 seconds. Abykhovsky, I've heard, is good at chess. You taking the bishop? Okay, it's made in 1. Our score is now 10-5, favoring Abykhovsky and Horkko. Horkko probably about to lose some material. Abykhovsky on the attack though. Not sure I like the bishop for knight trade. Maybe his partner really needed a knight, but now g2 is kind of naked. Sack possible. Knight could be good. Horkko. If he drops the pawn here, then rook takes queen would fall in between. And then Jackie Sparrow would get initiative. Oh, I would have taken back with rook. I think it was much safer. Abykhovsky can force a queen whenever he wants. Remember, it's good for his partner, like in the corner here. Horkko now down some time. JackieSparrow lacks pieces to attack, though. Not much with the knights. I guess you could knight, something like that. Abykhovsky probably going to lose his queen eventually. Oh, that's a fancy move. Oh, and that's mate for abykhovsky. Our score is now 11-5, favoring Horkko and abykhovsky. F2 a little bit tender, but JackieSparrow doesn't have very much to follow it up with. He probably would like a knight. Oh, that's creative. He wants to open up the rook file. I don't know if he can get away with that. 2 knights and a rook mate, by the way. Knight check, king over, rook check, knight mate. Here's one knight. Knight plus rook mates for Horkko. Like another knight, I mean. Abykhovsky up about 8 or 9 seconds. He's going to wait till JackieSparrow's attack fizzles. Maybe I'll see if JackieSparrow defends, and if he doesn't defend, he could potentially go for a rook plus knight somewhere. Potentially like bishop here to cut off the bishop, and new knight in to fork. I don't know, I'm sure there's a lot of possibilities. He does defend. Oh, I guess his queen is trapped, so that's probably their plan. Take the queen eventually. Ooh, this is big hole. If king ever comes up here, we can grab this. I don't know why you took that with knight instead of the bishop. Seems like a blunder. Abykhovsky's still crushing now. Ooh, no blocker. Abykhovsky should just wait. Don't give a blocker. Pawns are fine. Rook comes back. This is just checkmate by chess. Score's now 12-5. Favoring Horkko and abykhovsky. Horkko encouraging the sack. Eventually a knight can come to e5, tempo the queen, defend f7. And he puts a new knight there rather than using his existing knight. I probably would use the existing knight, because then you'd have another knight to win the queen. That's okay, he just takes the pawn. I think Horkko is actually perfectly safe. We can take that. Rook wins queen. Gotta worry about this knight check. Rook okay for his partner? Looks like it. He just walked in a mate. That was weird. Takes pawn is perfectly fine. Needed to run a bit, but I think he would have lived. Our score is now 12-6, favoring Horkko and abykhovsky. Abykhovsky sheds his queen. Getting attacked pretty hard here. Maybe knight sack for the pawn. Ooh, okay. He's just trying to get him with diagonals, I guess. Maybe queen in. Bishop takes, queen takes. But I think Abykhovsky's going to live here. It does trade some stuff for JackieSparrow, who is the one on attack. Rook check. Okay. Interesting. If king takes, knight would be very good. Wait, what? Can't we just take this now? Now just pawn check and pawn him until he's dead. Queen in if he takes. Okay, bishop in, I guess. Pawn check, queen in. Horkko up about 13 seconds. Abykhovsky doesn't need to move, but he has a good position, so he's going to try to mate also. Or wait, I'm confusing things, I'm sorry. Abykhovsky is in a must-mate situation because Horkko is dead. But he has pretty good chances, given the pieces on the board. Queen in. Oh, he didn't have a queen. Okay. This is reasonable. Knight takes pawn, probably following if he goes back. Oh, nice mate by Abykhovsky. So even though Horkko was dead, his partner mates first. Hey, Jonas Rath. Thank you so much for the raid. Really appreciate it. Let's give you a shout out. So Jonas is a 4-player chess streamer. He was the first 4-player chess world champion. And lately he's been streaming a little bit of Crazy House. So watching his stream before I started mine. He started off with some Crazy House and played a bit of 4-player chess. And Jonas is more of a FFA specialist than a Teams. But I've learned a lot by watching his stream. Definitely check him out. Drop him a follow. So for the Raiders, we are watching Bughouse World Championship. This is the open section. We're in the group stage. So basically there was a qualifier stage, qualifier arenas. Then we seeded people in the groups. In the groups, it's round robin. So within your group, you play a match against everyone. In the open section, we have a 2-0 time control. The match is first to 15. To 15 wins. But when I say with 15 points, because there could be draws in there. And our current score is 13-6. 13-6, favoring Horkko and Abykhovsky. JackieSparrow up a significant amount of time. Abykhovsky just going to take some free pieces. Horkko just going for safety. Can we take this like twice? Sorry about that. I am suffering from pretty bad, I don't know what, flu or something. So I've been pretty miserable. But we're trying to commentate anyway. Abykhovsky playing some chess. Horkko just trying to hold on. JackieSparrow continuing with that initiative, but his partner might not survive. They're in a flag battle now, and Abykhovsky not going to live through this. So Abykhovsky is flagged. Our score is now 13-7, favoring Horkko and Abykhovsky. So if queen took, then knight check would have won it back. Now this bishop defends. He saved the queen. He could castle, he might sack his queen, then knight check. Abykhovsky in a little bit of trouble. Maybe pawn check instead of taking the queen. Then knight would be good. They are up 5 seconds, so you can wait for a knight. Knight probably mates. Maybe it doesn't mate, but it's very, very good. And at some point later, he can take the queen. I think it's better to wait for the knight first, keep on initiative. Yeah, Jonas, thank you so much for the raid. Really appreciate it. So Horkko is going to stall, as his partner did take the queen. So he's going to wait until his partner is on move, and he's going to feed him some pieces. Probably take one of these knights. Probably queen takes knight, knight takes pawn, something like that. Knight here is pretty good. Because now this square is covered. So it's the diagonal clocks that matter. Horkko's clock versus Coach's clock. And they are up, what is this, 8 seconds? Coach trying to form a plan. Very hard to deal with this. So easy mate for Abykhovsky. And our score is now 14-7, favoring Horkko and Abykhovsky. It is first to 15. This is match point. Abykhovsky picks up a queen, although his king is a little bit vulnerable. Horkko's being attacked. I think Horkko's safe enough though. Abykhovsky probably wants to rook. He's just gonna move his queen. We can take this like 5 different ways. I think with bishop's probably best. Because then the king has some luft. Horkko up about 5 seconds. Oh, Jonas has played against Abykhovsky before. Nice. Apparently he lives in like New York City. I might be wrong about that, but that was what I was told. Abykhovsky has traded queens. He takes some material. King is very vulnerable, so Horkko is going to sit till his partner gets safer. Okay, now there's mate, rook check, knight, mate, and that is match point. GG's. So, final score is 15-7, favoring Horkko and Abykhovsky. Congratulations. We do have another match coming up, but not for a little while, so I think I'm going to end my stream and restart then. So the match we have coming up is the Duck and Real Spurs versus Navpad and Chess MN 16. Chess MN 16, I think, is Truth Doctor. He's done a lot of organizing of chess tournaments recently. So organized 2 tournaments in Europe, and I think now he's moved to Canada. He's organizing a tournament in Toronto. So Firefly says those evil grandmasters. Yeah, grandmasters are tough. Alright, so I think at this point I'm gonna look for someone to raid. Oh, it looks like Cha Cha Chess is streaming. Let's send you guys over to Cha Cha Chess. I'm gonna start the stream again in about 25 minutes so we can see the Duck and Real Spurs versus Navpad and Chess MN16. Sorry for my voice, I'm a bit sick. We're trying to cover these matches anyway. So thank you for everyone for joining me. Thank you to the players for putting on an interesting match for us. It started out looking like a blowout. At one point it was 9-1. And then JackieSparrow and Coach, they got a second wind. And they won like 5 games in a row. I think it might have been 4 games in a row, but they were starting to get some momentum. But then Horkko and Abykhovsky found their second win and got the job done. I'm going to send you guys to Cha Cha Chess. Cha Cha Chess streams 4-player chess. He does stream some regular chess too. And I think right now he's preparing for Untitled Tuesday. I'm not sure whether it's happened yet or it's happening in the future. But when you get there, let him know that you like variants. I want to see more 4-player chess. I'll also thank you to Jonas Wrath for the raid. So we'll give Jonas Wrath one more shout out. So Jonas streams 4-player chess as well. And you all should definitely drop him a follow. Oh, Nightbot is not kind to me here. Oh, here we go. Yeah, so check out Jonas Wrath as well. Really appreciate the raid. So we got a raid from a 4-player chess streamer. We're going to send you back to another 4-player chess streamer. And I'll see you guys in about 23 minutes. Bye, guys.